Hello, so today I'm going to animate this rig and put this rig on top of the traditional animation that I did here in this hand. Look at that hand, look at that hand, going up, going up, going up, going up. But as you can see, the rig is destroying itself. But I'm going to do some cool stuff around so it doesn't destroy and twins perfectly from pose to pose. How am I going to do that? I don't know, but that's the thing. I'm going to figure it out because there are multiple ways of achieving the same result. So I'm going to find out which is the best one for this scene, and this is the video about just troubleshooting, finding out things, and having fun during the process. So this is one of the scenes of a short film that I'm working on right now, which is about a giant three-headed mutant chihuahua that is fighting against a giant air fryer that is attacking a punk city. So let's get started. Boom, we have this hand going up. You see the purple drawings, and now I'm going to pose this hand on top of that traditional animation. I added some deformers on the fingers here and here and here, but eventually I'll have to create new drawings just to clean up some stuff around and avoid it looking too messy sometimes, because the deformers tends to destroy my shapes. Poop, poop, poop. Especially for this hand, there is like a custom hand rig that I made. It's a custom hand that is different from the UPA, that is different from the old UPA, from the normal hands that are in the rig, that are built in the rig. So here I'm just tracing with my shapes on top of the rough pass to get what I want to get here. And I can squash, I can stretch, I can distort these pieces to get the feeling that I am looking for. Boom, this one comes here. Boom, 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 boom. And then this one over here. Hey, hey. Wait. There you go, see? So I'm moving. I'm moving my pieces. Boom. Come on, I'm moving my pieces to fit that rough pass traditional animation that I did. Boom, 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 boom. And this is the idea of this frame, and is that the hand is dragging here, and oops, it's not twinning properly. Let me come here like this also. See, I want the hand to drag for a bit there before starting to come up. And here we have other poses, for example here this one here. So I'm working only on the hand. I'm working only on the hand, not on the arm, not on the body of this character, only on the hand. And eventually, once I have the desired poses, I'll connect everything together. Boom, boom. This will follow like this, and because I have the formers on these parts, I can come here and do something like this. Awesome. Boom, boom, boom. And I try to avoid look like I want to avoid these shapes to being destroyed by the deformers. I'm very careful in the way of moving these things. The cool thing is, like, for example, see, I lost some volume on the rough pastoral animation that I did because I was just doing it like super fast just to experiment and find out what I want to do with the acting of this hand. But with the rig, I have no way of losing those volumes, because if I were to trace this exactly, I'll be like, okay, I have to put this line in the inside. But no, actually, the rig already, the shape of the finger already have its volume, so I can discern and being like, no, if this finger is already in volume, I don't have to just make that part smaller. Why will I do that? Why? So there you go. I'm moving stuff around, I'm dragging these parts. And I'm always flipping, so I can see the path that I am creating with these fingers, and I am making sure that I'm creating rounded arcs. and blah 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 destroys her. No worries. This is part of the plan. All of this is part of the plan. And from here to here, now here we are starting to change some of the hand shapes. So from here to here, something like this. Pumbaa. And this, let me stretch this a bit more like this. Awesome. Awesome. Now this shape is a foreshortening finger. Cool thing is, imagine we are seeing only this part of the finger. Only this part of the finger because I'm simplifying instead of showing like tack, tack, tack. I'm just showing this part of the finger and being like this is the finger looking towards camera. Or this is like the foreshortening that I'm doing here. Instead of going like tack, tack, tack and adding more information. Just simplifying that. Just simplifying that. And that's why the same shape that I use for the normal length of the finger is the same shape that I can still use here to sell this feeling of perspective, which is not real. Which is not real. And yeah, I'm going to make this a little bit wider just to make it feel like bigger, and it's this part and not this part anymore. Then poop, doing something like this and doing something like this. Pumbaa! There you go. Let's see how this looks. So I'm flipping, 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 flipping. There you go. And I remember on the previous short film I worked on, there was a scene in which I have a monster giant dog fighting on a sand trap, and I had this monster running and sliding, and running, jumping, walking, and then punching a dude. And the rig was very simple. The rig of that character was very simple, so blocking or trying to get the full movement only by moving the pieces of the character was a bit tricky. So instead, I drew a rough pass on top. Almost like a tile animation to figure out all the body mechanics before putting the rig on top. So I already had all the feelings that I wanted to achieve, all those feelings down on this rough pass that I created. And that's essentially the same thing that I'm using here. And the cool thing about working in multiple projects or in different projects and even your own projects, like creating your own short films, is that I love to say this because this is something that my mentors taught me, and is that animation is problem solving. That's all it is. And the more that you're exposed to new problems, to new challenges, the more tools that you collect over time, and the more that you collect these tools, the more effective of an artist, of an animator you become to troubleshoot future problems. So right now, if this were the first time that I face a problem like this, in which I needed more detailed movement in the head, not only going from here to here. I needed more detailed movement, and I am not able to express that or to do that through the rigs only. Now I already found out on the previous short film that I worked a cool way to experiment and to use other tools like traditional animation to be able to achieve to put some drawings in a sequence that allows me to see and to achieve the rhythm that I want to achieve, the feeling that I want to achieve on the hand before moving into the rig. And that's something that I found out on the previous short film, and this is something that I carry in this new short film. So I collected more tools. I collected more tools over time, and I became faster and more efficient. There you go. I don't care that it's not tuning perfectly right now. I'm just caring about the posing, and you'll see that eventually everything will make sense. Especially because I'm going to put everything on twos or even on threes in some parts, just to hide some parts that are not tuning properly. And at the end of the day, it's everything about just hiding. It's just hiding all the tricks so people doesn't notice, and it looks like the illusion of life, like that magic. And because maybe right now you are seeing all the behind the scenes, will not be as magic as if you watch this for the first time. So, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. For me, every time that I create an animation, for me it's not magic at all because I already know all the tricks because I already made all the tricks behind the scenes. And it's impressive because every time that I see someone else's animation, for me it's like amazing because I'm like, dude, how the heck you did that? But but there's no secrets. There's no secrets at all. It's always the same thing. It's we are all working with the same principles, and the only thing that at least that I feel impressed by other people animations is because I haven't seen the tricks yet. But at the end, we all use the same tricks or the same tools to create animations. We all use the same one. We all use the same tricks. I like to call them tools, and now I'm going to I'm going to do like a sponsorship moment here. I like to call it tools, and for me, calling those things tools allow me to stop romanticizing these concepts of animation like something that just a few can understand or just a few can master, but it's something that literally you just have to practice and understand and practice, and that's it. And most of the people romanticize this or trying to find secrets or being like, or maybe there's something that there's, dude, we all play with the same fundamentals and we all play with the same principles. And this is why I decided to create a community in which, in this community, in this community, literally I'm showing the tools of the four pillars that for me had helped me the most in animation, which is gesture drawing, perspective, shape design, and posing. And what I did is grabbing all the knowledge and from all the mentorships and all the experience that I had, I put together a list of tools from each one of these categories to practice every day with my friends in this community. And we are doing like 5 days of just drawing rhythms, 10 days of just drawing gestures, 10 days of just drawing perspective, 10 days of just drawing shapes, 10 days of just drawing posing. And we're able to connect all of these four pillars together to just skyrocket our skills and start understanding the tools that we need, only the tools that we need, and start mastering those tools little by little, little by little, little by little. And we have accountability of each other. We're supporting each other with feedbacks in the community. I have friends that I knew from years ago that are amazing animators. I'm also trying to do my best and putting all the things that I learned from super cool mentorships, from all the experience that I had from my mentors, and also from the books that I love. All of this in this community, in which I'm sharing all the main tools that we need to practice every day to get to a competent level. Just a few tools, just a few tools. And for me, I love to compare this with the guitar. It's like when we're playing guitar, just understanding the concepts or just reading the concepts is not the same as feeling the concepts, as putting in practice those things. And what I'm doing with this community is like, guys, here is this scale. Understand this scale. Look at these videos because I'm providing videos for each one of these four pillars. Look at these videos, and then let's start playing amazing songs to understand how we can find those scales on the songs. So imagine like I give them like all the explanation on how to find all the scales in the fretboard, and I'm like, amazing. Now let's play this solo, and now I want you to tell me in which scale we're playing this solo. And we are doing that through studying the arts, through studying the masters. And it's a crazy experience because we are not only practicing with the tools that I'm giving them, but also improving our good taste, because that's something that I cannot share with anyone. Like, good taste is the most complex thing to develop, and that's something that is difficult to offer help. So I'm in some way, on not directly, pushing them good art through studying and deconstructing good art, the all masters that build all of these that we call animation. We're studying them daily, so eventually after 45 days of practicing like crazy, you not only develop your skills but also your good taste through osmosis. There you go. So if you would like to join this community, just send me a message and we can be friends and rockstars together. Let's go. So I was posting this, boom, boom, boom. See how I'm tracing? I'm just tracing with my rig this rough pass. And if needed, I am deforming some stuff around a little bit like this. Moving these, hiding some parts around. Let me reset this hand. I feel like for this hand, for example, I can grab this same one over here, and just flip it. Just flip it like this. Boom. And then here we can put it here. Poop. 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 Beautiful, see? Instead of breaking the shape too much or altering the shape too much, I'm just twisting, moving things around, and that helps me a lot here. And I'm flipping to look at the arcs that I'm creating. Well, I already look at those. I already watched those arcs on the first video, and I post this. I already posted that hand, so there you go. You have a spoiler that I post hand. And see, now I'm going to show you how this looks if we play this. And you see all of the crazy stuff that is happening in the middle. I'm going to hide all of those things. And you'll be like, Henry, how is that you're going to hide those things? Are you crazy? And I'm like, yes, I'm crazy, and I'm going to show you how. Because at the beginning we were like, yeah, dude, this like, wait. At the beginning we are like, we're dependent on Toon Boom, giving us all the in-betweens and all of that, but that's not what a badass animator does. What a badass animator does is it have control of every frame. First of all, here I'm trying to figure out the timing that I want for the general movement, and I want to have a slow out here of the robot, not too much too. There you go, something like this, and I want this to end in a continuous movement. I don't want this to clack to just end. I want it to go, to continue the movement, There you go, something like this. Once I have this, I'm going to break everything on twos. So here, I'm going to start breaking everything on twos. I select everything, and then I come here to this bottom here that looks like two green eyes of a robot. And I click here, put two. Boom, everything is break. Beautiful. And you'll be like, Henry, would you destroy your hand? No, my dude, you'll see. First of all of these frames in the middle, I'm going to open this. All of these frames in the middle here, this is the polish hand. I'm going to drag this here, between this and two. Get rid of this one. There you go. I'm looking here, which is the one that fits the best to what I have here. This one. And the hand here, this hand could be here. Now this is the trick. Let's see how this looks like right now. Not bad. So there you go. I'm hearing to super cool music right now, so that's why I'm hyped. Cafecito. We're having something here. Awesome. I'm doing this like if this were like whiskey. Okay. Boom. Toon, we're going up. Up. Okay, let me see if this is working. Yeah, the first part is working. I don't have to tweak too much. It's already tuning really good. Boom. From here to here is popping, but I mean, this finger is popping a bit. I can go all the way here in the middle to just create a perfect in-between. Yeah, it makes it look a bit more smooth. I'm going to show you also how I troubleshoot the arcs soon. Sometimes I get paranoid. I'm looking at the computer. I'm recording here. Yes. Boom. Because I know that something cool is coming here. Boom. So these two frames here are the same. So I have this is the trick. I'm going to copy and paste the same hand here. And you'll be like, Henry, these two are almost the same and are the same place. Yes. So I can just grab the hand here and create an in-between between these two. So How is the heck I'm going to do that? So from here to here, I'm seeing arcs. So I'm just grabbing this finger and moving this finger a bit down and trying to look at this corner of this finger, this corner, and seeing how that corner can create an arc between this frame and this other frame. Boom, 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 boom. There you go, something like this. Same thing for this finger. Let's go. Flip, flip, always flipping, always flipping. Here, for example, I can stretch this finger so it keeps dragging a bit. Let's see. Boom. Even this corner, I can keep this corner a bit rounded here. And then it starts rounding to the other way, following the direction that this finger is going. Boom. Upa, la concha de upa. Beautiful. Let's look at this other finger here. I can also stretch this finger a bit more this way. And then this part of the finger comes here. So look, I'm looking at the arc of this dot. Like it's going up, then to the right. So instead of going just up, I'm going to move this a bit to the right, right, up. So it's making like an S path here, but I'm just trying to smooth that path as much as possible. Let's look at the other corner here. Oops. Wait. So poop. Up, back. See, so this is up, back. So instead of going like that, I'm progressively moving to that side already. Boom. And that's how I achieve a smooth animation. That's how I don't rely or don't depend on the twinning from Toon Boom, but instead I am the one who knocks. Boom. Beautiful. Now this part of the hand, instead of doing weird stuff, I can already put the last. Look at this trick. Henry, usually in between from here to here. But what if I copy the palm from this palm shape from here to here? Oopsie. What if I copy this palm shape from here to here? See, it's even tuning properly. So boom, boom, boom. No, it's not tuning properly, but I'm going to fix this. I can make this palm a bit down, poop, poop. There you go. Now we're doing great. So I'm copying and pasting some of the same shapes from either left or right of the hand, put it on the frame that I needed, and then manually moving that shape around, looking at the corners to track the arcs of this shape so it works properly. And if you track one of those corners properly, as a consequence, your other corners will also rock. Also, so boom. These fingers, I can move these fingers towards the front, and then checking the arcs. So let's see how this feels. I feel like here is popping, so I can start stretching this a bit more to get to closer to the other shape, like that. Yes. Something like this. I'm looking at this other arc on this part of the finger. There you go. And I can, yeah, let's continue with the other fingers to see. So boom, boom. These other fingers, front. And again, it's like, should I twin? How should I twin this? Come on, dude. Let's go faster. Let's copy and paste this one to here, and then let's track the arcs individually. Boom, there you go. And then again, oop, come on. I can stretch this like this. Uh-huh. This is hiding this is hiding all the magic tricks. Beautiful. And this finger here, also the same thing. Poop. No. Watch this. Watch what happened. I copy this and this, but with this thing open here. When I copy this and this with the thing open here, I'm not copying all the information that I'm losing here by opening this, but I'm copying just the position of this peg. That's why when I'm copying and pasting frames from one frame to the other, I'm making sure that this layer is closed, so I can copy the exact same finger. I messed around some stuff here, so copy and paste here. So I have the same shape, and I'm going to start moving that shape behind. And now go frame by frame and find a way. You know what? Maybe I can use this other finger instead. There you go. I can get a more appealing shape, or just being like shh and continue. Let me move this finger towards the front. And make this here, almost here. Now it's going to pop. That is going to pop, so I'm going to just move this behind. And there you go. Beautiful. Now something weird is happening on this thumb. So I'm coming here. And to avoid too much drama with this thumb, I think this is the only finger that can twins normally without too many issues. Nope, it's not. So let's go. Let's troubleshoot that thumb. And this is what I'll do in order to stop guessing. And instead I'll create a new layer, and in this new layer, I'm going to use the red color, for example, and I start tracking one of these corners. For example, this one here. Drag that corner on the same layer, something like this. I'm going to drag that corner there. Now it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Now see, it's being stuck there. Then it's here, then it's here, then it's here. Now what I'm going to do right now is create a more appealing path, or a more appealing arc. So I'll do something like this. I could do something like this. And my path, I'm trying to simplify those paths, either using CSI curves too, just to avoid dramas here. Bring this to the front. Come on. There you go. And guess what? So this doesn't pop at the end. I'm going to copy this same frame over here. And maybe this same frame here. And start moving this. This is going to create another arc, so I have to redraw the arcs again. But here, just open that space there. There you go. I can even keep dragging this finger a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Beautiful. is working there, but I'm going to check again the arcs. I'm going to check again the arcs. So a dot here. On this movement app, I feel like these parts should move. Let's fix that before continuing. Yeah, that should move. So I'm going to clean this and twin only that part. Copy this part there. There you go. See, now it feels connected. Keep that up. There you go. Feels connected. And I can add a slow out here just to match the slow out of the palm. And then poop, 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 mark this as a frame. Bam. Awesome. Let's continue with tracking the arcs there. Let's continue with tracking the arcs. So poop, 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 poop. Good. Good. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Amazing. Beautiful. Yeah, it's cool. Now, if we were to translate this into timing chart, I'll have something like this. And guess what? This is not very appealing. I can move this a bit apart so it makes more sense, and massage these so are also something like this instead. And this is the information that I'm going to translate to these dots over there, because if I were to put this on a time chart, this is this, this is this, or well, at least this was here and here, and I have to open those arcs a bit more so it doesn't, so I have like a proper spacing here between all of these shapes. Let me find a non-destructive way of doing that. Now that I'm starting to think about these arcs, I am considering that I haven't tracked the main important thing, which is the the spacing of the palm itself. But so I'm eyeballing all of those things right now. Also, I'm trying to avoid touching the other dude here. There you go. I'm looking at this corner right now to see if it's not moving randomly. From here to here is popping here at the lowest part of the finger. And it's going left, right, left. So a bit of a mess, trying to control those things to make it look smooth there. There you go. That's better. I still feel I have some issues with the spacing here at this part. It jumps too much here. There you go. It's better, and I'm going to hide this in this just to look at the animation. There you go. Now here, so these two, well, we are not seeing this. We're ending the animation here, so all good. All good, all good, all good. All good there. Ooh. I feel this index finger is being stuck around here. What if I take this and do something like this? Yeah, I don't need that frame. Then I'm coming and pushing all of this a little bit there. Exactly. There you go. Beautiful. Now let me clean some stuff around, like this arm, for example, making sure it's connecting properly with the hand on every frame. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel the base of these fingers could be a bit more up. And here too, a bit more up. There you go. There you go. There you go. I feel the shape of this curve can start going that way instead. Oops, oops, oops. Where you break here? Don't break here, please. Let's see if that changed something here. No, forget about it. Forget about it. Yep, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, let me see if I can move all of this arm a bit towards the right. Oops, so I don't touch this dude. This thumb here is popping too much. There you go, we have something better here. That's all I need. That's all I need. Now I'm not touching the dude. I'm not touching the dude, so... Oof, you know what? It'll be really nice if I start hiding this black part of the eyes. That will give much more of a 3D feeling. So from here to here. But let's slow out that a bit. Something around here. 55. Beautiful. Maybe not that much. Maybe I can be something like this. And let's twin all of this. Let's break this twinning into just twos. There you go. It's going further away. I feel like this part also needs a bit to go a bit up. Let me stretch these things a little bit. Hey! Cool. Let me come here now. And I'm going to... No, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Now here, I need the dude. I need this dude to move towards the front. I need this dude to move closer to the hole on the ground. Can move this arm further away like this. And I can maybe move this arm. It's a super subtle motion that I want to animate for this dude. I can move this sleeve too, something like this. And this leg, this part of the leg can go towards the front. And maybe a stretch also down. Move this a bit there. See? And I can move these too. So all the weight is going that way, and on that leg, the hips, also move the hips that way too. And move this part of the leg also towards the front. You know what? I can move this towards the front, and this will also move forward. Moving all of this together. Boom. And these could be something like this. No! There you go. And I'm going to grab all the lower body, move it towards the front. Even squash this a bit more, just to connect with the torso. Move this a bit down. And let me create a better silhouette here with the arm. Let me one line this part of the back with this back part of the torso, and we have something like this. I want to move this arm a bit up. There you go. And I want this dude to start moving once the arm is released. Because in the next scene, we're going to connect the movement of this dude. There you go. We're going to connect the movement of this dude to moving forward to the next frame in which we're having a close-up of the dude, also looking inside of this hole there's going to be in the ground. Here we're going to have a camera animation which is going to be shaking. Then we put this final frame here, and let's twin all of this. It's a boom. Oh, you know what? Let's make this simple, just up and down. Then up again. And then down again. So I'm copying and pasting these initial frames. And then going back to arena. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Maybe I can push the camera at the beginning more strong and then getting softer, making the movement at the end softer. Let's put these frames together a bit more so it feels more so a strong movement. There you go. So it's a boom, boom. Then from here we're moving this camera a bit, only a bit. Boom. Boom. Even more. More time. Boom. More time shaking. More time shaking. Boom. There you go, something like that. And I can slow out these. You know what? It will be cool if the camera starts following the movement of the arm up. Or you know, or maybe the camera starts zooming at the hole. Boom. Because on the next scene we also have a zoom in. Let's add a slow out on this camera, so the camera is thinking before going there, so it's taking some time. Boom. Slower. Let me extend this. Boom. Not too much. There you go. And if I don't like it, I can just come back to this again and change the camera movement. Let me put some slow ins and slow outs here, so it's not that tack, but it's more soft. To reduce here this stuff. There you go, beautiful mother. It's working. It's working. So we have this. I look forward to animate the other scene. The other scene is super funny. But yeah, there you go. This is the scene. Pa, 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 pa. And that's the hand animation that everything started with. Every time with the keys. Okay, poop this. We have from that we went to this. And then adding some little animation on the dude that I will eventually connect with the other scene on the next video. So hope you like this one, and yeah, if you would like to support these short films and everything that I'm doing here, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment saying hi, and we can be new friends. Bye bye.